Hello class, welcome to Poetry Unit Lesson 15. Today we are going to be going over the poetry tool of rhyme, and we're going to be writing in the poetry form of an ABCB rhyme scheme. We'll get to what that means in just a little bit, but first I want to go over rhyme. Now the use of rhyme in a poem makes it sound nice, okay? Just like some other poetry tools we've used, like consonants, the use of rhyme can make a poem sound very nice. Now, if you can write a poem with rhyme and where the words and your lines make sense, that's wonderful. Now, I've been taught in both school and in college that when you write a poem and you're trying to rhyme the poem and the words just don't make sense, then it probably means that your poem should not rhyme. It probably means that your poem should be a free verse poem instead, or at least a combination of rhyme and free verse. However, some poems work really well with rhyme, especially if you can find the words that you're trying to say. All right? So today you're going to be required to write a certain poem with rhyme. Now, rhyme is the repetition of the same or similar sounds occurring in two or more words, usually at the end of lines. Today, as we write a particular rhyme scheme, you are going to make sure that the ends of your lines rhyme. Okay? So here's an example of rhyme being used. This is a stanza of a poem I've actually written. You see letters at the end of the lines. Those normally, if you type up your poem, you're not going to include those. They're there to show you the particular rhyme scheme or rhyme pattern that I am using. Okay, so the first line is, the dog is whining, does he want to walk? Nah, I just took him out at 4 o'clock. So because the first line ends with walk, we're going to use the first letter in the alphabet A to signify that rhyme. Now the second line, nah, I just took him out at 4 o'clock, ends with a word that also rhymes with walk. So because walk and o'clock rhyme, they are both going to be marked as A because they match, they both rhyme together. Now the third line is, the dog is whining, what's wrong with that boy? Because boy does not rhyme with a clock or walk, that's why it's signified by the letter B. It's the next letter in the alphabet, and it's now a new rhyme that's being used in the poem. The fourth line is, you're sitting on top of a squeaky toy. Now, toy rhymes with boy, and since boy was signified by B as the second rhyme, then toy also rhymes with boy, so we'll also have that be B. So this poem is using an AABB rhyme scheme. Today, however, I want you to try to write a poem using an ABCB rhyme scheme. Okay? Remember, poets use different rhyme schemes or patterns when writing their poetry. So let's look at an example of a poem with an ABCB rhyme scheme. This is again another stanza that I have used from one of my poems. Okay? So this has, pickles are not pickles. It's the first line, so that's why it's signified as A. They are veggies in disguise. Now, disguise does not rhyme with pickles, so that's why we're marking this line B. Swimming in some greenish water. Now, water does not rhyme with disguise or pickles, so that's why it's signified as line C. Like some undercover spies. Now, spies rhymes with disguise. That's why it's marked with a B, because disguise was the second line with the rhyme of B, and now the fourth line also rhymes, so it's also signified as a B. Can you see why it's A, B, C, B? Because the first three lines, A, B, and C, do not rhyme. However, the fourth line rhymes with the second line. That's why it's B again. Now, today, if you just want to write a 4-line poem using A, B, C, B rhyme scheme, that's great. If you want a challenge, try writing 2 or 3 more stanzas where you will still maintain the A, B, C, B rhyme scheme. Okay? So I hope you enjoy writing in rhyme. I enjoy writing in rhyme all the time. So make a great poem, everyone.